Hey there, good morning, happy Monday. So waking up this morning, things are off to a chilly start. We had a cold front that passed through, of course, this past weekend, so that gave us a bit of an increased warm up, at least on your Saturday. Temperature was reading into the low 90s. And then with that cold front passing through late in towards your Sunday, we saw temperatures barely making it to the mid 70s for your afternoon high temperatures. So that's what's partially contributed towards this cool start that we're having this morning. Taking a look at our temperatures right now across the area, most of us barely making it into the 50s right now. Most of us comfortably chilly in a way, sitting with our temperatures into the 40s, 47 degrees here in Corpus Christi, 42 over in Beeville, 53 right now in Port Aransas, 45 in Rockport, and 48 degrees over in Kingsville. We are seeing that our winds across the coastal bend are really calm in nature, so that's really good for us. Of course, combating and having to deal with that constant fire risk here in the coastal bend, that's some good news for us to have those lighter wind speeds in place. They, of course, are noting that they are drier air, though, coming in as those wind speeds and wind directions are associated with more of a northeasterly flow, so we'll see that contributing towards our dew point values for the most part getting into the 40s at best, on the lower end of the spectrum on that in terms of our range, seeing those dew point values in some areas only reaching into the 30s. So again, drier air is currently in place in the coastal bend, and while that would be a negative note in terms of elevating our fire danger, like I said, we are having slower wind speeds, so that's what's going to contribute towards us still being in that level 2 out of 5 in terms of us being in that moderate zone across South Texas in terms of our fire danger, so no concern for us there for today, but we will be expecting faster wind speeds in the forecast beginning tomorrow, and that's going to continue towards your Wednesday as well. But thankfully for now, we're forecasting for still us here in the coastal bend to still be in that moderate zone in terms of our fire danger. Can't say the same throughout parts of western portions of South Texas, as they'll be looking at that level 3 zone into the high range for their fire danger, not only on Tuesday, but then continuing to Wednesday. But again, for us here at home, looking at us still being in that comfortable range in terms of our fire danger being on the lower side of that range here. But looking at our forecast highs for today, all across the coastal bend, we'll be looking at our temperatures just making it into the upper 70s. So again, nice, warm, pretty near average temperatures for us to enjoy for us on this Monday afternoon as we get there. So our winds starting to gradually shift over to a southeasterly flow as we start approaching our evening hours. It's going to continue into your Tuesday, and with that moisture that's going to gradually increase as we look ahead towards tomorrow, and then eventually as we look ahead towards the latter days of this week, that's what's going to increase our moisture and humidity, and eventually increasing our temperatures to go way above into the 80s and eventually the 90s on the latter half of this week. But looking at our wind speed forecast, we'll see our winds again start to shift to a southeasterly flow later on today. The faster wind speeds, more windier conditions, clocking around 20 miles an hour or more as we look ahead towards your Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, with that moisture increase, we'll be talking about very warm, hot and humid conditions here in the forecast, especially as we look ahead towards your Thursday and Friday. We'll be right back.